How's it going, everybody? Ryan and Jeffrey here. It is time for another thrilling edition of Gear Up with PEG and one of our new toys Jeffrey's got over here. This is the Sony FS7. It's our newest camera, and Jeffrey, why is it so awesome?
Well, this camera is awesome in a number of ways. First of all, it is the new 4K version of Sony's cinema camera, the FS700. It's basically a newer version of it. It's smaller, it's lighter, and it's got a few more tricks up its sleeve.
All right, you talk about some of those tricks. I know one of the things I see on the side here, 4K, and I know that's a big buzzword right now here in the industry. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, 4K is great on this because previously 4K was very difficult to do on the FS700, and it's not really in a lot of cameras, period. This new camera has 4K all internal, which is great. It can do high frame rate 4K, and 4K is just the way everything's going to go. It's how movie theaters have been for years. It's how TVs are going to go. It's how YouTube is now. So this camera is really going to be one of the first cameras to really support it in a convenient, all-in-one package way.
And I know the YouTube thing's important because one thing that I know we hear all the time when people make a video, especially if they're willing to invest a lot of time and effort, and obviously the process is, pretty intense to make some of these nice videos, especially on the corporate end of things. They want to make sure it's something they're going to get their money's worth out of and something that's going to last for a long time. The 4K being now available on YouTube, I would imagine that makes the shelf life a whole lot longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is the standard you want to build things for now because resolutions are just going to keep going up. And the fact that 4K is on YouTube, with the way modern TVs are, YouTube is on your TV, your phone, some phones going to be supporting 4K soon. It's good to have a camera that can shoot that in all-in-one package as well. So when you use a tool like this, from start to end, your entire workflow is 4K, and that's really how you want it to be.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to give you extra years in terms of, the shelf life of the finished pieces. Now, that's really cool. Another thing that I know that I've heard about these is the frame rate, and the frame rate's really high, isn't it?
Yeah, something that's really unique to some of these Sony cameras is they're one of the only cameras that really has truly high frame rate video that's not a dedicated slow motion camera. This camera shoots up to 180 frames per second in HD, and you can use that for a lot of different purposes, like sports. You can use it for manufacturing videos where you really have processes that are going very, very fast, but you really want to be able to show your viewers how those precise, fast processes are working. You shoot that in high frame rate, suddenly you can slow it down, see how those machines are truly operating, and then ramp it back up and show, look how quick these machines are kicking these parts out.
So I know one thing that people that maybe aren't as familiar on the technical side would say is, well, hey, my phone shoots slow-mo footage as well. That's a different game than what we're talking about with this thing, right?
Yeah, phones can shoot high frame rate in some ways, but A, they're going to do it in a very grainy way, and B, you're not going to be able to get anywhere nearly close enough to the action to tell how some of that stuff's working, especially in the example we used with manufacturing. You're not really going to get anything usable that's going to really show you what's going on. This is slow motion that can use industry standard lenses. This can shoot continuously in 180 frames per second, HD quality with no extra grain introduced.
Awesome, very cool. Now, another thing in terms of usage, we do a lot of shoots that are one camera. We do a lot of shoots that are multi-camera, up to 3 and 4. This integrates actually with some of the other cameras we have too, though, right?
Right. When you're doing multi-camera, you really want to make sure every camera is part of the same family. That's how you get footage that blends together the best. This is part of the Sony Cinema series, as is our FS700 we use as well. They're both big sensor cameras. They both, they work great in low light, and they give you a very similar look when you go to finally edit the final product. So the fact that 2 of these are going to be on one shoot means you're going to have 2 cameras that blend great together, work great in low light, both are high frame rate, and really just work well together in post.
Awesome. Now, if we had an award here at the office for the ultimate nerd, probably Jeffrey on the production side of things. So, I've talked about some of the things that I understand. For those that are more technically inclined, what's your favorite nerdy feature about the FS7 here?
My favorite nerdy feature is probably just that it's everything the FS700 used to be able to do, but now in a convenient form factor. It does it much better in that 4K is right inside the camera. It's generally just a smaller package. It looks and behaves like a real video camera, which is something some of the previous cameras didn't really do, and you can expand it to wherever you want. We've got this set up in sort of a more handheld configuration right now. You can just as easily slap this on a tripod, put it on something like a slider, a dolly, or one of our new camera stabilizers like a DJI Ronin, And, you know, those kind of camera stabilizers are really where a lot of moving video is going to give you those nice sailing shots. This will mount right onto it. It's light. It looks great.
Awesome. Very cool. He talked about some of those other toys that we just got in. A lot of fun new things. So we'll be recording a few more of these Gear Up episodes in the very near future to share some more of those, and you can nerd out a little bit with everybody some more, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
That'll be a whole lot of fun. Thanks for watching. We will talk to you again soon. Make sure as well, PrittEntertainmentGroup.com, you can find out some more Gear Ups, like what we've been up to lately. All kinds of good information on there really for you. And also, of course, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. So Jeffrey, it's time to say goodbye. Bye.